What are you doing out here again?
I've read the Bible for 30 minutes this morning. I'm good.
How much time are you giving to golf today?
Just for like 3 hours. I just worked all week. I worked for 40 hours. I'm just trying to get some solitude.
Your kids want to eat.
Oh, you said you need help? The kids are hungry? Obviously, right now, the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we haven't eaten all day.
I know, but you'll be all right. But when I was a kid, I didn't eat for days at a time. You'll be fine. Look, they're both 7 and 2. Like, this is the game to watch. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Did you go to church service today?
No, I didn't get to church myself. I got my kids off, though. I couldn't, though, because I had to get the food ready, the grill. I had to go shopping for this game.
I thought you got your fresh air golfing yesterday.
I did, but the solitude is what I'm out here for. And I'm providing for my family. If I get a deer, that's a lot of meat.
Didn't you spend 40 hours this week providing?
Dude, you're scaring the deer. Some of you may be asking, what is wrong with leisure? Like, don't we get a chance to have anything fun? Don't we get a chance to do anything that we enjoy? Well, let me address that from my own perspective. Yes, I was under a lot of difficulty, a lot of stress, hardships. I was taking care of special needs children. I was taking care of kids with mental health problems. My wife was working and gone a lot of time. Her life and her career were just getting started. And there was a lot of things to do, a lot of things for me to do. I turned to recreational activities to de-stress, to get my mind off of things. And at the same time, some of these things were healthy, like walking the golf course. The disc golf course was healthy for my body. It got my younger kids outside because I would push the stroller around. I was multitasking. I took my special needs kids for walks, and he loved being in the outdoors. And while he was out there, we'd walk the golf course in the woods, and I'd throw my discs. So I was kind of doing both. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily wrong for that time in our life when our kids were at that particular age or abilities. But then there was a lot of times where I was just by myself. There was a lot of hours where I was just focused on bettering my disc golf stroke. There was times when I was watching almost every Pirates baseball game. There was times when I watched the entire football games of the Steelers every week. 3 hours long, only one game a week. It doesn't sound that bad, but you only got so many hours in the day. And what I was doing, I was just using these things, overusing them, almost like the way a person uses a drug to escape or to find a relief, instead of actually, I should have been looking to the Lord more and looking for His strength. In His strength, in my weakness, Paul says, then I find strength in the Lord. And so there's these opportunities to actually, in our weaknesses, in our suffering and tiredness, to look to the Lord for His strength, for His resources. And then there's this reliance on the Lord, not reliance on these ephemeral things to kind of get us through, but like developing that relationship in the Lord, relying on the Lord, having the Lord be the first and foremost part of my life, which then is the first and foremost part of my family's life, which then means I have the armor of God on. I'm in the Word. I'm using the Word to address my problems and to teach my family and to interact with them. I'm praying for them fervently throughout, not just the morning, but throughout the day. There's times when I just would be like, I'm really tired. I need to go for a walk on the golf course. But instead, I could have gone on my knees in my bedroom and just addressed my situation in prayer. And if you boil it all backwards, it comes back to me failing to do my job. And I can see it plain as day now, all these times that I was doing things that were not putting a shield around my family, living that holy, righteous life, and living in the Lord, were those opportunities that the devil capitalized on. And maybe my situation got taken advantage of and exploited more quicker and more severely than, say, other people, but maybe that was because I was already in the Lord. I was already armed with the knowledge in the Scripture, and I was already had a ministry and a place to go. And the devil had me in his radar, and as soon as he had the opportunity, when I was leaving the doors unlocked and I was leaving my family and myself vulnerable, he was all ready to go right in there and capitalize on that weakness to take down somebody who was being used in the kingdom, for the kingdom. The days are evil. We have to be completely focused on the Lord, make the best use of our time, and this is really a life or death. And you know, there's a lot of things we can't control, but there's a lot we can control too. And those things we have to be on our game. There's plenty of time to be at leisure in heaven. At heaven, it's infinite leisure, right? All the things that you would want to do are available to you in heaven forever. So why are we trying to seek out so much leisure here? Now it's the time to prepare for heaven. Now's the time to do the work. And the only place for leisure is when the Lord gives it to you, because he says, you know, this is something you need for this particular time. But outside of that, I would say no. It's got to be due diligence, making the most use of our time